This is top 4. We got Raz with the Lugia build. Nothing super fancy here. It does have that Irida, but in this matchup up against Leon with the Mew, the DT Mew, like the Irida's like not going to do anything too crazy. Although it could find the Vacuum to get rid of Leon's Parasol to be able to use Yveltal to KO Mew. So actually, you know what? There's some potential for the Irida here. And I guess it would allow you to find the Vacuum to, I mean, yeah, it's nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. And then for Leon, pretty standard double turbo Mew from what we've been seeing. This list is only actually one card different from the list that got second at San Diego Regionals. I don't know if they kind of came to the same conclusion or if Leon took that list and then cut a Judge and added a Marnie. But that's the only difference from the list is -1 Judge, +1 Marnie. So nothing too crazy in the Mew build. The one collapse Stadium. Yeah, nothing too crazy to be honest. I was like, one collapse Stadium, does it do anything? Not really. I don't think so. So yeah, nothing too crazy for either of the decks, to be honest. I don't think for either of the decks there's nothing very crazy at all. You choice belts. Imagine playing choice belts in your Lugia deck. I mean, if you're playing Irida, not playing choice belt is actually that's awful. Yeah. If you're gonna play the Irida and you're not playing a choice belt, the value on Irida goes so down because you can do stuff like canceling Cologne plus choice belt plus quad powerful KO Duraludon, choice belt plus quad powerful KO Mew VMAX, choice belt plus quad powerful KO Lugia VSTAR. Like, yeah, if you're gonna play Irida or Skyla, not playing choice belt is terrible. So, I think the Irida is pretty good. Be able to find your lost Vacuum when you need it, or your canceling Clone when you need it. That adds a lot of value, or that's like a pretty big swing in all the matchups that those cards are relevant in. So, I'm personally a fan. Raz playing no stadiums. Yeah, no stadium Lugia, which I think is correct. Collapse Stadium and Lugia is like hella mid. But let's go ahead. Let's get into it. I do think this matchup's like probably close to 50-50. I think going first is a big deal. And it looks like Leon is going first. So advantage to Leon, just kind of neutrally in the set for sure. Cram on a rope. Got the heads. All right, we're cooking already. Battle VIP pass is on the way. Let's take a look at the prize cards real fast. Yveltal's prize for Raz, which is actually kind of unfortunate. It's a good option early on to respond to Mew VMAX, especially if Leon can't find the Parasol, or Raz could find the Vacuum. If you don't have the Leon, the Vacuum is pointless. And then on Leon's side, prize a boss and a cross switcher. Meh, not a huge deal. The Roxanne beat in the last 2 prize cards is actually pretty unfortunate for Leon, though, to be honest. The Roxanne beat in the last 2 prize cards is not great for Leon. So that's unfortunate, but we'll see how it works. We'll see how it goes. Has the other disruption from the Judges and the Marnies throughout the game, but I'm sure you'd want that Roxanne for the late game from Leon. So there's a Battle VIP pass. Gonna get some Genesects, gonna get some Mews. Has a Genesect and an Oricorio in hand already, so Leon's got a pretty solid start here off the rip. Definitely want Oricorio in this matchup. Putting the Oricorio in play does mean that for Raz to KO a Mew VMAX with Lugia, they would need 4 powerful energy and a choice belt, so the Oricorio definitely wants to come down here. And I think you'll probably want to play the Lost City. Yeah, I like that from Leon. Just play the Lost City, get the extra card draw off the Genesect. Oof, so good. Has the Quick Ball, has the tablet as well. Thinking about Quick Balling the Marnie. I think I like this as well. And then save the Path Judge combo for next turn to put Raz off of. Whoa, actually gets rid of the Judge. I don't like that. I'd rather keep the Judge, get rid of the Marnie here as Leon, because the reason the Judge became such a powerful option in Mew, the reason the Judge became such a powerful option in Mew is because there was so much Guru in the format. The Lost Box decks were playing it. The Lugia decks are playing it. So now Raz can Raz might end the turn with like Primate Wisdom, put a Research on top of the deck, and now Leon can't disrupt that Research top deck with the Judge. I don't like that play from Leon, picking the Judge over the Marnie there, or the Marnie over the Judge. I definitely prefer it the other way around. Would like to see them keep the Judge, quick ball the Marnie. All right, here comes another Genesect for 2. Got the VMAX. Echoing Horn, not going to do a whole ton. Probably not going to play the Path off the rip here. And that's like another reason, because like the play on this next turn from Leon wants to be hand disruption. You don't have to do the hand disruption, but it wants to be put Path Peak and play maybe hand disruption. But if you play Marnie, the Path to the Peak goes to the bottom of the deck. If you play the Judge, the Path to the Peak gets shuffled into the deck. And as Leon next turn, you probably want to play the hand disruption supporter to start your turn if your hand is really clogged. So it depends on what Leon's hand looks like. But yeah, once again, I prefer the Judge keep over the Marnie, I think. We'll see how it plays out, though. All right. And yeah, the Manaphy start here from Raz is pretty good. I think the best starter in this matchup as Lugia is probably Guru. because it gets your Guru in play, but it's also a 1-prizer in your active. Because as Leon, you don't want to KO a 1-prize Pokemon. You want to ideally KO 3 2-prize Pokemon. Sometimes you have to go through 2 1-prize Pokemon, but that's fine. But if you're going to KO, you'd rather KO a 2-prize Pokemon. So as Raz, if your Manaphy's not getting KO'd, you don't want it in play anyway. So I think the best starter going second as Lugia is probably Guru. And then if you're going to go first, you probably want to open a Lugia. So we saw them put a research to the front of the hand. So it looks like Raz is probably has a Luminion in hand. Luminion is not a card you want to put in play in this matchup. It's a really bad card to put in play, actually, because it opens up opportunities for your opponent to get easy 2-prize knockouts. The Lugia Vs and V-Stars, they have to work a little bit harder for. Raz is definitely going back in. Yeah, has Luminion. Gonna grab a research. And then has an Archeops in hand as well. So 2 Archeops hitting the discard pile here in just a second. Needs to find some Lugia Vs, though. And ideally 2 Lugia V. When you go second up against Mew, you really got to get double Lugia V. There's some other matchups and other scenarios where you only need to get 1 Lugia V, but you really need to get 2 Lugia V in this matchup. There, 1 goes down. And like, this is actually even a situation here where Raz could consider not playing this powerful energy to keep open the option of being able to attach capture energy for turn to this Lugia to then get a second Lugia into play, the second Lugia V into play more easily. So that's something that Raz could have considered here, is actually don't attach a powerful, purposely leave open the energy attachment for turn still to get a capture to put on this Lugia to get another Lugia. But that does mean you lose a powerful energy, which means you actually can't 1-hit KO Mew VMAX anymore with Lugia. So, but we'll see how the draw goes for Raz. And did get a capture energy, but didn't get, oh no, did get a Lugia V. Okay, I didn't see a quick ball. I thought we whiffed there, but did get it. Didn't get a quick ball or ultra ball. Did get the Lugia V itself though. So we're safe. We're safe here for Raz. Double Lugia and got to keep the powerful around. All right, back over to Leon. Got the double turbo, has the Mew VMAX, has the Marnie. There was no Guru Primate Wisdoming happening, so I think we'll see the Marnie here from Leon. Maybe an Echoing Horn if there's something in the discard pile to put on the bench. Thinking about playing a tablet, so definitely probably considering going after the benched Lugia, and might not even play the Path to the Peak, or might not even play the discards the Marnie, so might not even worry. What I mean to say, might not even worry about disrupting Raz's hand this turn. Definitely seems like they're not too concerned with it, as they did aggressively discard the Marnie there. But definitely stressing the path here from Leon. Leon's stressing keeping on the path. And does have, there's another path. There's a vacuum. And another tablet. Doesn't have any way to gust a Lugia this turn. Interesting hand here from Leon. Gonna use another Genesect for 1. I think Leon is going to be content to go boss KO off the bench plus Path to the Peak. It does have the Judge now, though, actually, so could go in with the Judge. But yeah, I think Leon is going to be content. Doesn't want to go for the double cross switcher play plus disrupt the hand. So Raz will have a 6-card hand. I think 5 or 6-card hand. I think it's 6 going into this turn. So as Leon, you'd prefer to go 2-prize knockout plus Path plus Marnie or Judge and get them to a smaller hand size and a hand that they haven't had a turn to kind of play around with. But it's just going to go for the boss. It wasn't even close to the double cross switcher. Could have kind of risked the double cross switcher. Could have risked the double cross switcher off the Judge. It would have been probably unlikely. Gonna get this Lugia KO. But KOing this Lugia does remove the powerful from play and a choice belt here from Raz. So you do remove the threat of a Lugia 1-hit KO. So stressing getting this KO, I think, is probably more important than disrupting Raz's hand. If you could do both, you'd probably prefer to do that. But yeah, stressing this KO is probably more important, because if you remove this powerful energy from play, also Raz only plays 1 choice belt. I don't know if Leon knows that. A lot of people play 2. If they play any, some people play none. But once you remove this powerful energy from play and you have the Oricorio in play, it's impossible for Raz to actually 1-hit KO Mew VMAX with a Lugia anymore. So the only option Raz has for a 1-hit KO at this point is Yveltal, but Raz's Yveltal is prized. So I think I would like to see Raz. It's a pretty bad spot for Raz. I don't know what Raz's hand is here, but you definitely want to attack with Luminion and get the Luminion out of play here as Raz, so it's not a free 2 prizes for Leon later on. But sends up the Manaphy, which makes me think Raz's hand is dead with the Manaphy send up here. I think Raz's hand is, if you send up the Manaphy here as Raz, I think your hand is dead. I don't know why else you'd send up the Manaphy, to be honest. I also think maybe Raz had the Evolution Instance in the hand last turn. I think Raz should have played that and took an Archeops and put it in the hand, because I think they had a Lugia V-Star in hand, and that would be like, if you get Marnied, that's fine, and then also increases your odds of top decking something else as well. Yeah, and I think Raz is dead drawing here. It's pretty bad. Yeah, capped mana. Probably going to grab the Guru and hope that the Guru gets them out of this situation. There's the Guru grab. Needs to find Pumpkaboo. But this is like, this is really awkward for Raz, because if you get Pumpkaboo here as Raz, you have 4 Pokemon on your bench, and even though you have the Lugia VSTAR, you can only get 1 Archeops in play. So actually, you really need to find the Lost Vacuum here as Raz, to be honest. You like need the Lost Vacuum. I don't think 1 Archeops will win you this game here. Raz is taking their time. And what's going to be there's the Evolve, and the Primate Wisdom is going to be on. Or do they have a Research in hand? Or are they going to pass? Maybe thinking about what to Primate Wisdom here. What are they going to go with? They didn't use Primate Wisdom already, right? Maybe I'm tripping. Oh, they had to research the whole time? Oh, wait a second. Wait. Did they get that off the Guru? Did they use Guru and I didn't see the Guru happen? Because if they didn't... This is actually a really bad play from Raz if they went to get Guru. Am I trolling here? All right, I got to see this play out. This could have actually been a huge misplay from Raz. Let's see how this plays out. So capture. Energy comes down on the Manaphy. Searches out the Guru. Shuffles for Guru. Passes the deck to... No, Raz had a Research in the hand the whole time. So it's actually like a really bad misplay from Raz here. Because, yeah, so this is a huge misplay from Raz. So what's going to happen now is, I don't know, why is Raz stressing the... And they don't even Primate Wisdom before. So what's going to happen here is... so because Raz put a 3rd Pokemon on the bench, Raz can Research here. Raz's most common out, or most likely out to hit to bump Pat to the peak is Pumpkaboo. But if you put Pumpkaboo in play as Raz, when you use Summoning Star, you can only put 1 Archeops in play. If you only put 1 Archeops in play, I mean, you only have 1 Archeops in play, which means you're probably just going to lose the game based on that. And that opens up the play for Leon to go boss KO lone Archeops next turn, and you can never threaten a 1-hit KO in 1 turn from the Yveltal. So this is a huge mistake here from Raz to put this Guru in play. That's like a huge mistake. Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. And now Raz is, I think, thinking about whether or not it's worth Primate Wisdoming a card out of the hand. And I don't know if Raz top decked. I'm actually curious as well. We're going to go back a little bit further. I'm curious at what Raz top decked here, if we can see that. Yeah, I'm curious as to what Raz top decked. Does Raz have the Research in hand? Because if Raz has Research in hand here, you definitely push up Luminion and plan to get this Luminion off the board as soon as possible. The top deck was the Research. So I think Raz's hand was dead before the top deck. Okay. That's fair with the Manaphy push then, maybe, but maybe you have to hope to top deck anyway. So I think it's probably fair to push the Manaphy there, to be honest. But now once you realize that you have the Research, you should put Capture on the active, I think is still fine, but you should fail the Capture here. And then you play the Research here as Raz. But then, like I said, your most common out, and there's the Vacuum draw from Raz, but now you don't have the Vacuum for the Parasol later to actually remove that... the Parasol with the Vacuum later for your Yveltal. So was very fortunate for Raz to draw into the Vacuum. That was pretty lucky, but sometimes lucky. Got the Vacuum. I could also, I mean, it's still awkward for Raz here. Could wait a turn, but like I said, now you don't have that as an answer for the Parasol anymore. And you could have gone Quick Ball for Pumpkaboo. I think Raz is realizing their mistake too. You see them shaking their head like, well, now this thing is just gone, and I have no answer to the Parasol. Checking the discard pile, and now we can see some Archeops load up some energy. Like I said, probably got to get that Luminion out of play. And the bench is full. The bench is locked here from Raz. So if Raz maybe doesn't even realize that they don't have... Raz maybe doesn't even realize that their Yveltal is prized. That's possible as well. Maybe that's why Raz thought they messed up so bad. Raz was like, oh, well, if I didn't have Guru on my bench, I could have, Quick Balled for Yveltal, and I could have 1-hit KO'd this Mew. But now I can't do that because I benched this stupid Guru. They maybe didn't even realize the other play, to be honest. But now they're going with the Luminion load up. Yeah, you got to get that out of play, and they're going to load up a couple energy on the Lugia as well. The one thing that you could debate here, the only thing I can think about that you could debate here is like you could load up 3 basic energy onto the Luminion, or 3 non-double turbo energy onto the Luminion, so you can hit a little bit harder because the Oricorio is only doing 80 damage. But I don't think that prevents Lugia from getting the 2-hit KO, or Charizard coming and getting the 2-hit KO. So it should be fine to like go with the double turbo here, because if you only load up energy on Luminion and leave no energy in play, once you retreat the Manaphy, attack with Luminion, shuffle all the energy back into the deck, I have no energy in play, then Gust KO Archeops from Leon becomes a really strong play. So you probably don't want to do that. So both Archeops getting used here. Going to load up some energy on the Lugia. Raz does not play the V-Guard energy. It's really interesting to see the amount of people. There's like, it feels like more people are starting to go over towards, or maybe I should say, I feel like the lists that have been seeing more success recently have not had V-Guard energy. Like, I'm even going to go check. If I go to San Diego, Alex McNeil's top 8 Lugia list, I don't think had V-Guard. Yeah, no V-Guard. And then if I go to the other top 8 list from Liverpool, from Kim, Kim also had no V-Guard energy. So that's interesting. I think the V-Guard energy is pretty good. It's good against Mew. It's good in the mirror match, or solid in both of those matchups. But we are seeing less and less people start to play it, or at least the most successful decks out of these tournaments. Less and less people are starting to play. Less and less people are starting to play Mew as well, but Mew keeps on being successful as well. So we got some energy loaded up on the Lugia. I think it was just one. And then the shuffle back into the deck from the Luminian. Yeah, Raz shaking their head again. So once again, I don't think Raz was a big fan of how they played that out there, for sure. Only one capture on the Lugia is interesting as well. Also, I think Raz, because they put the capture on the mana feed, they maybe discarded a powerful energy. I'm not sure. Okay, over to Leon. Couple play options here for Leon. Could try and KO the Lugia, but I think the better play here from Leon, probably in the more realistic play, would be to go KO Archeops, but Leon's getting aggressive here. Double tablet down. Leon is going to go for the one-hit KO on this Lugia for sure. Yeah, Leon's just getting aggressive here. He's going to go all out here for this one-hit KO. And yeah, Raz shaking their head again. I like seeing the emotions from Raz. There's the double cross switcher. And once again, this would have been a great situation for that V-Guard energy. Just kind of talk about like other ways that people play the deck. Here comes the judge. I actually was interested to see if Leon maybe would have played that vacuum there to discard that other. It thins out the vacuum. It thins out the double turbo energy. So I think actually I would have liked to have seen Leon play that vacuum there. I don't know what Leon's saving the vacuum for. Maybe trying to still have the option of like a late game path plus a way to bump it, but Leon still has like another Lost City and another Collapsed Stadium. So I think I would have liked to have seen Leon play that vacuum there, discard their other 4 Seal Stone, and get rid of one of their double turbos, because I don't think you really need that 4th double turbo energy. It could come back to bite you, but I think it's not likely to. All right, Cram. Is Leon cooking? And Leon's not cooking. Still has some draw power here, though, to get into one more Genesect left as well. Drew a whole lot of nothing so far, but he got another Cram. Cramming away a cross switcher is really painful, though. There's the heads. All right. So we should see goes for the tablet, actually. Could go for the choice belt. But I think is maybe thinking, okay, if I get the tablet here, then I can Parasol this Mew, and then it can't die to anything. It won't be able to get KO'd by Yveltal, and there's nothing else in the deck that Raz plays that could KO it either. So if Leon can find the Parasol, so goes for the. I think I like that as well. The tablet, and then try and find the Parasol to make it impossible. Have an Ultra Ball here as well for Leon, so could fully thin out the hand before this last Genesect draw as well. There is the Lost City. Decides to hold the Ultra Ball though. 2-3 doesn't get to the Parasol, but luckily for Leon, Raz did prize the Yveltal, so not going to be a huge deal here. And we're just going to go see a retreat and another Techno Blast for the KO. It does go with the damaged Mew. This is an interesting choice here from Leon. So what this will do is it gives Raz a way to get a 1-hit KO this turn. Raz can now go, unless I'm tripping, Luminian did 80 damage. Charizard does 250. So because Charizard does 250, minus 20, 230. So Charizard can KO this Mew this turn. It's interesting. Now, Leon doesn't know that Raz's Yveltal is prized. So what Leon's trying to do is be like, okay, I'll give you this Mew. You KO with Charizard. And then my next Mew, I'm going to set up with Parasol, and you can't KO that with Yveltal. So yeah, I think this makes the most sense from Leon. Of course, we know that Raz's Yveltal is prized. So if Leon had attacked with the bench Mew, Leon basically just probably wins the game guaranteed, like on that attack, to be honest. Now Leon does have to find the Parasol, but Mew's pretty good at finding cards, so I like the play from Leon. Yeah, Leon does not know that Raz's Yveltal is prized. So, all right, so for Raz now this turn, I'm sure Raz has a little bit of a sigh of relief because, like, okay, there's hope for him. Now at this point, you can go Charizard this turn and then look for the Yveltal on the next turn. So Raz is like, okay, I can actually win this now. I have a chance here. And I imagine that's what we'll see here from Raz will be the KO on the active with Charizard. I'd be curious to see if a different play happens, though. If anything besides that happens, I'm definitely curious to see what happens. Also, Raz probably wants to fill up their bench this turn to play around Echoing Horn. I think Leon did discard it on turn 1, but I'm not 100% sure. I think Leon's Echoing Horn might be in the discard pile here. But I don't know if Raz knows if Leon plays Silene or not. So, I mean, Silene plus Cross Switchers could happen with the double heads. But let's take a look. Yeah, I think the Echoing Horn is in there. There's 3 Cross Switchers as well. So even if Leon plays Silene, Leon would have to get double heads. Leon would have to get double heads and recover Cross Switcher and what's it called? And a I'm like already tripping here. What is it? Cross Switcher and something. And the Echoing Horn. There we go. So we'd have to play Leon or play Silene, get double heads to begin with. But Raz fills up the bench, play around that, might as well. Get the Raikou in play, be like, well, maybe play Silene. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Let's play around it. Does that. Gets the Aurora onto the Charizard. You just need the 1 energy here. Checks the hand. And looking good for Raz, I think, to go ahead and swing. But literally, I think this game is going to all come back to the big mistake that Raz made, where I think Raz would have actually won the game if Raz didn't make that mistake. But we'll see how this plays out here. I'm very curious to see how this ends up playing out from here, because I think Raz is going to get full punished for the mistake they made in the early game. We'll see. Here comes the retreat. The Charizard is going to get the knockout for 3 prize cards, and it will get Raz the Yveltal off the prize cards here. Capture energy to the bench, of course. Classic. Maybe a Primate Wisdom's going to come down. I don't know if Primate Wisdom's already been used. All right, second Archeops coming in from Raz. Probably going to load up an energy on a bench Pokemon, or maybe just going to check through the deck to see what's in there. Maybe a double turbo load up just for retreat cost. Maybe not. Maybe yes. Double turbo onto the Archeops. Okay. What do you have to decide with Archeops what you're getting? You can decide after you can take your energy and then pick a Pokemon, right? All right, Charizard, knockout, 3 prize cards. So now Raz gets the Yveltal. And Leon's, so the big thing here is Leon is out of disruption supporters. Leon doesn't have Marnie or Judge. Marnie or Judge and the Roxanne is in the last 2 prize cards. So that's a little bit unfortunate for Leon here to not be able to go Roxanne this turn. So Leon's game plan this turn is find Parasol and put Parasol in play. Put Parasol on the Mew VMAX and swing, and then next turn swing and end the game. There's like another play here where like Leon could Psychic Leap the Manaphy, but that's not very good. Here comes the Genesect for... Oh, Boss on Archeops first. Okay, I like it. And that does, yeah, so this, also, actually, no, the boss on Archeops here from Leon should just win the game, actually. I take that back. The boss on the Archeops here from Leon should just win the game, because even if Raz has Yveltal, I mean, you can't load up the Yveltal anyway with the 2 Archeops. So actually, I don't think Raz should maybe concede now, but it's in a pretty bad spot. So Technoblast, no hope of the Yveltal happening now, and then gets the Roxanne, which doesn't really matter. Yeah, no hope of the Yveltal happening, and... 1 prize card left for Leon. Yeah, I don't think Raz has a route here. The only route I see from Raz would be gust up a Genesect and hope it gets stuck. Or just punch the active Mew. You could punch the active Mew and then hope that Leon doesn't have a way to reset that Mew. That would also be a line, to be honest. So here's where you really need to count Leon's remaining resources and figure out which of the 2 plays is better. Should you gust up a Genesect? Because if you gust up a Genesect, then Leon can hard retreat the Genesect with a double turbo and attack with Mew again. But if you punch the Mew, if you just punch the Mew, Leon has to reset the Mew themselves, and a double turbo isn't a way to reset the Mew. So Raz really needs to go check how many switch cards are left for Leon. Do they have any escape ropes left? Do they have any switch cards left? Do they have access to double cross switcher? What is the option left here from Leon? Because I think it's possible Leon might be out of switch cards. Maybe has the escape rope left, though. They might have the escape rope. But I think it is possible Leon's out of switch cards here. But I don't think Raz is checking that. Here comes the Primate Wisdom. Putting a Boss on top. Putting a Serena on top. I'm not sure what Raz is looking for here either, though, to be honest. And just concede. So I have no idea what Raz is looking for there. Is Leon out of VMAX? Leon maybe had another VMAX left. I'm actually not. No, I think. No, Leon maybe had the third VMAX left. Leon maybe had the third VMAX left. It is possible. I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, if Leon had a third VMAX left, that would also work, to be honest. I think there might have been. He was looking for Aurora. Oh, okay. So you could actually attack with the Raikou. Makes sense. Makes sense. You actually want to be able to attack with your Raikou. That does make sense. Okay, there we go. Raz will be going first this game. Unfortunately, opens the Manaphy. You really do want to open up Lugia when you go first, because that way you can just start swinging turn 2 with Lugia immediately. Has the capture to go ahead and grab the Lugia, though, so not going to whiff the turn 1 Lugia, but we'd rather open it. The Manaphy actually clogs up the bench pretty bad, to be honest. It's not great to have it on the bench. So yeah, you don't want that Manaphy there, but going to have it there anyways. And well, I guess like a big thing that happened that game is Raz didn't see Leon's Parasol. Raz might just know that Leon plays Parasol, but maybe not. But not seeing it is definitely an advantage for Leon. So Raz doesn't know that it's something that they have to play around. And maybe we'll decide at some point, like in the middle of the game, I'm just not going to play around anymore at this point. Cap for Lugia V. Opening hand from Leon looks pretty good as well. I see an Ultra Ball and a Battle VIP pass, I think, alongside a Genesect. Shuffling up. Yeah, Yveltal is in the prize cards again. That is unfortunate for Raz. Oh, I didn't mention the... Oh, double Genesect for Leon, though. So a little bit of an unfortunate prizing. I'd say more unfortunate for Raz than Leon. Double Genesect, I don't think is as bad as prizing Yveltal. So that's pretty unfortunate there for Leon. Not as unfortunate for Raz. Raz benches the... I don't like this Charizard bench here. I would just pass here, yeah. You already have the Manaphy in your bench. It already has like a bad bencher. No Archeops in the discard pile turn 1 either for Raz is not great. So yeah, double Genesect prized here for Leon. Not going to be great. And on Raz's side, the Yveltal... I think the Yveltal prize is worse, though. Yveltal being prized, I think, is definitely worse here for Raz. Little prize checking going on for Leon. And then on this turn for Leon, you're just looking to put a Path to the Peak in play. But even after this start, to be honest, I don't even know if you're stressing too much at all as Leon. I would just like get probably... I don't know. Actually, in this situation as well, I don't even know if you like putting Oricorio in the active or leaving the Mew V in the active. It almost feels like it's the same thing. If you do leave a Mew V in the active, it does open up a line for Raz to go like KO active, Gus KO, Gus KO. But on that last Gus KO, you can hit them with like Path Roxanne. So I'm curious to see what Leon ends up leaving in the active here. I feel like it might end up being the Oricorio. The thing is, if you leave the Oricorio in the active, though, that does open up the opportunity for Raz to take a knockout on a Mew VMAX with only 3 powerful energy. So you don't force that 4th powerful energy out of Raz. And then Raz could still go KO Oricorio, KO Mew VMAX, KO Genesect. And it's like it's the same 3 KO knockout. So we'll see what Leon ends up going with. Yeah, like I said, I'm not convinced one way or the other. Here's a draw for 4. We're dropping frames as well. Ultra Ball coming down from Leon. I don't know if I love just using the Ultra Ball like that. I would have hated to see the Quick Ball on the Collapse Stadium instead and hold both Ultra Balls, because you're not stressing too much on this first turn as Leon, I don't think. Unless Leon's really trying to get the Path to the Peak, I guess, then maybe you want to draw into it, because you don't really want to use your Forest Seal Stone if you don't have to. You'd rather just draw into it, and you don't want to have your follow-up to your Path to the Peak be a Collapse Stadium either, so that's not great either. Well, I didn't know about the technical issues in this one, to be honest. So you might have to skip ahead a little bit. Yeah, we'll have to just kind of skip through it. Wait, is this my fault or is this the stream's fault? Is this on me or is this on the stream? Hold up. Their stream died? Oh, it's weird that it does that then. And I'm trying to get it. We might just have to start with the beginning of game 3. I think we just have to start with the beginning of game 3. All right, we're going to go back to it. All right, well, we're going into the beginning of game 3. Raz won game 2. I don't know how, but they did it. Congrats to Raz for getting that dub in game 2. Now let's shuffle up and get into game 3. Hopefully no more technical issues. Technical difficulties. All right, so Raz finally doesn't prize the Yveltal, which is nice to see. But on Leon's side, did prize double Mew VMAX, but one of the Mew VMAXs is in the first 2 prize cards, so we'll definitely run into one of those early on, and it won't be a big issue probably. Heads on the Cramomatic does lose the choice belt. That's not a huge deal though, I would say, especially with no tablets prized. Gonna grab a Battle VIP, grab the Genesect, grab the Mew. I'm curious to know what other item cards were in the hand as an option to cram away potentially, but yeah, definitely not a big deal, I don't think, for sure. There we go, Battle VIP. Ultra Ball away the 2 supporters. Yeah, I guess you kind of had to play it out this way, to be honest. You could have held... Nah, you kind of had to let it go this way, probably. Grabs another Genesect. Triple Genesect on the board. Did get rid of the boss. What was the last card in hand? Could we have not gotten rid of the boss? I think the boss was pretty good to try and keep there, to be honest. Could we have ever kept the boss? Actually, maybe we could have. We could have drawn 1 with the first Genesect and then tried to Ultra Ball away Roxanne plus the top deck and then keep the boss. I like trying to keep the boss there for sure, to be honest. The boss is pretty good next turn if like... is it that good though? Maybe it's not that good with a Lugia in the active already. Might be overhyping the boss, the boss, to be honest. Pretty good hand here from Leon. Has the boss KO. Almost has the boss KO. Needs a Mew VMAX still. Over to Raz, and Raz got a pretty good hand as well. It looks like a lot of Pokemon Search cards. Looks like it's lining up an Ultra Ball right now. And then we'll be going into Gideon Archeops, Quick Ball and Archeops. Probably grab Luminion. That's going to be the unfortunate part for Raz. I think is going to be Quick Ball and Luminion. But I'm sure we'll be relieved to see that the Yveltal is there. Unfortunately for Raz, though, they did prize a Powerful Energy. So it is not possible for Raz to actually one-hit KO a Mew VMAX with the Lugia, but a play that Raz can look for, or would have been able to look for, that's also kind of unfortunate for Raz as well, is a play that you can make when you hit into a Mew with Lugia, but you don't get the one-hit KO, is you can follow up with Raikou and knock out that Mew VMAX and also KO or a Choreo, go down to 2 prize cards, and then you're just 1 knockout away from winning the game off a Genesect. But unfortunately for Raz did prize the Raikou alongside the 4th Powerful, so has neither of those lines of play open to them this game, which got the Yveltal, but then lost the Raikou and the Powerful Energy line of play, which is unfortunate for Raz. We'll see how it goes. That is unfortunate for sure. All right, capture second Lugia on the way, I'm sure. Don't just want to lose your 1 Lugia and then lose the game. There we go, second Lugia on board. So Leon does have 4 tablet in the deck, so Leon could go KO Lugia V and then triple tablet KO Lugia VMAX or VSTAR. Once again, this is where I wonder if we'll see more people start to add the V-Guard energy back into the deck for the Mew matchup specifically, because it is very powerful in this matchup. Oh, and just read the wind from Raz. Okay, so just going with a read the wind. That means that they definitely have something else that is good in their hand, because they chose not to Quick Ball or Ultra Ball for Luminion. So the rest of Raz's hand is good. But you got to know that the judge is on the way here from Leon for sure. There's 1 tablet. Here comes a Cramomatic. Wants to keep the vacuum and also wants to find a path to the peak. So the finds here for Leon. This is probably going to get a Mew VMAX, I would assume. And then we're going to see some Genesect draws happen maybe, and then go for the judge plus path play from Leon. Yeah, goes for the Mew VMAX grab. I like that. And then, like I said, we'll might even start with the judge. Starts with the judge. I would have hated to see 1 Genesect for 3 there, but I guess you don't want to run into the path until you've played the judge as well. So yeah, I like that. I guess it's probably just best. Play the judge, put Raz down to 4, and now dig for a path and get the path in play and hopefully prevent the turn 2 summoning star from Raz, because Raz running into a Lugia V-Star will not be tough. Them finding a Pumpkaboo to go with it might be a little bit more difficult though. So we'll see. 2, 3, got the Cram. The Cram could be the out. There we go. Gets rid of the escape rope. It's a Tails. Keeps a quick ball and a tablet. Definitely need to save that tablet. Here comes a Genesect for 4. Oh, there's the Seal Stone. So guaranteeing that path to the peak here. Seal Stone to a Genesect. Definitely wants to try and keep around that Echoing Horn as well. So we see the quick ball on the Mew. Probably just going to fail it. Could grab another dead Pokemon and then quick ball that one away. But I don't think there's any other dead Pokemon to lose here from Leon. So hoping to see the path off of these Genesects and hoping to save the Seal Stone for a future play. But if Leon has to use the 4 Seal Stone to get into that path, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Collapse Stadium, pretty useless here. We actually could have seen Leon quick ball for the Genesect and quick ball the Genesect. Actually, I think I would have liked to have seen, maybe not. Like, I don't know. That's actually like, because you could do that as Leon, but then you could also just like draw cards and wait and hope for the next draw. Leon seemed pretty disappointed after that search right there. I don't know what new information Leon saw that made them disappointed. Yeah, you could have like quick balled 4 Genesect and then quick balled away Genesect, but that means you don't have a quick ball to thin out your hand again after that. But I think that's fine because then you're drawing +1 card and there's one less dead card you could see to begin with. So, all right, 2 cards here. Does not get the path to the peak, but still has the 4 Seal Stone. Doesn't want to use it. You saw how much Leon did not want to use the 4 Seal Stone here, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I assume the path is what Leon's going for here. Yeah, there's the path to the peak. All right, there we go. And then we'll see the retreat into the Mew VMAX, take the knockout. Yeah, Leon seemed like they really didn't want to use their 4 Seal Stone. I don't think it was that big of a deal. I mean, that's the play. You got the play. I can't get it all. Sometimes you got to burn your V-Star power to get it off. And here we go. 2 prize cards. Gets the big thing here is gets the Mew VMAX here for Leon. Gets the Mew VMAX. All right, can Raz pull together a Lugia attack this turn is the question. I'm looking at the hand. I don't see a ton to work with. It does have the Irida, though, and now has an Ultra Ball. So could go... Oh, boy. So could go Irida for Quick Ball plus Manaphy, and then Ultra Ball for Lugia, but then you'd be leaving yourself with a dead hand. Can we ever get around that? So here comes the Irida use. You could get... I don't think you can ever have like a really clean Irida here from Raz. I don't think it's ever very clean, to be honest. He's eyeing up the Evolution Incense plus the Luminion, and then Ultra Ball for Pumpkaboo. Oh, no, that one works out pretty well, actually. No, that works out pretty well, actually. It's not great still. I'm not going to lie. This is still not great from Raz. This is still not great. It's something, though. You're not even one-hit KOing this Mew VMAX still, and you don't have the Raikou follow-up like I mentioned before. This works. Yeah, this works. So Evolution Incense becomes... I was thinking we like had to use Ultra Ball and Quick Ball, but you could use Evolution Incense here, and then Ultra Ball grabs the pumpkin. So it still works out. It still works out. And they have the follow-up Luminion, which now you have to debate if you want to play that this turn as Raz or save it for next turn. If you put Luminion in play here, it's really bad. Yeah, putting Luminion in play here is really, really bad. But you could do it. So I'm curious to see what Raz chooses to do here. You played your supporter for the turn, of course, but like Leon could put another path to the peak and play. And Leon knows that your hand is a lone Luminion and you're not drawing prize cards. So simply a path would be able to slow them down from any options on the following turn. If Leon could just find a path to the peak, that would put a pretty big stop in the play. So I'm curious to see what... I almost feel like as Raz, you have to put the Luminion in play. Because even if Leon just has Retreat to New Mew VMAX plus Path, like that's a fine play from Leon on this next turn. Yeah, it does. But it's so bad to put Luminion in play here. So now this opens up the play from Leon to go Gust KO Luminion this turn. And then, yeah, so now Leon can go Gust KO Luminion and then one-hit KO the Lugia or Echoing Horn KO a V Pokemon next turn. And if Raz went for... Oh, Raz is going for it. But if Raz goes for this play of Shuffle Luminion back to the deck, then that leaves Raz with just one Archeops in play. And Leon can do the same play they kind of did on the previous game where they just chase an Archeops here. So Leon going chase Archeops here is really, really good now. And puts it into a really, really awkward spot for Raz. Because Leon can attack with a fresh Mew VMAX and like Gust KO the Archeops. And then there's no threat of Yveltal. There's no threat of Yveltal at all, and Raz could even just struggle to set up an attacker next turn, possibly. Should be able to attack with the Lugia, but the Lugia is not one-hit KOing anything. So I think KO Archeops here is the correct play from Leon, just to remove the threat. Oh, Oh, also has the Echoing Horn, actually. No, so it has the Echoing Horn spot now, too. So could actually go Echoing Horn to get that Lugia V onto the... I actually like the Echoing... Well, Echoing Horn is weird, actually, a little bit, because it does require you to play a Power Tablet. And if you play another Power Tablet here as Leon, then you can't actually KO a Lugia V-Star anymore. Like, one-hit KO it as Leon. If you play one more Power Tablet down here as Leon... You can't KO one-hit KO Lugia V-Star anymore. But maybe that's fine. Maybe that is fine. It would also lock up Raz's it would lock up Raz's bench a little bit more. I guess it doesn't matter too much because Raz hasn't research in hand, so Raz isn't trying to go like Luminium plus attacker next turn. Because you put another Pokemon in play. So I'm curious to see what Leon goes for here. Leon might just reach for the one-hit KO on the Lugia V-Star, to be honest. So undecided here with the play, actually. So plays one, that's actually interesting. Plays one tablet. Okay, there's the boss on the Archeops. So played one tablet. Interesting. Did Leon played a tablet already, right? I'm not trolling with that. So I like the Archeops KO here, but it's curious that Leon played a tablet there. Chose to play a tablet. That's actually curious. Okay, there's the knockout. So it's gonna get awkward for Raz. Okay, so I don't think Leon can actually one-hit KO a Lugia anymore. I could be wrong. I think there's a choice belt and a tablet in the discard pile. Well, now there's one tablet. I think there's two tablets and a choice belt in the discard pile. I might be wrong, though. I like how Raz plays. He's smart, but he's getting shit on in this round. I mean, he made the mistake in game one of benching the Guru. And actually, this game, I don't think attacking with Luminium was correct from Raz. I think it gets too hard punished by Gus KO Archeops. I think Raz just has to swing with Lugia there. I think Raz has to swing with Lugia there and put on some pressure. Like, the Luminium punch was just no real pressure. And now Raz sends up Archeops. So definitely has, like, a capture in hand, I think, to create a pivot. I think Raz should have... I don't know. I think Raz should have sent up Lugia this turn as well and just planned to punch with Lugia. I think Raz should have sent up the Lugia this turn as well and just punch with... You want, like, Leon to, like, hit your Lugia but not KO it and then run it away to a one-prize Pokemon. I think Raz actually... Another mistake from Raz here is not sending up Lugia. Wait, what is Raz attacking with this turn? What the heck is Raz attacking with this turn? What was Raz trying to attack with? I think Raz is trying to attack with Charizard. It must be Charizard, right? We'll see, though. I mean, it has to be Charizard. I can't think of what else it could be. It has to be Charizard here, I think, from Raz. I guess Leon still does have the Echoing Horn. So Leon could go KO. Actually, I forgot about the Echoing Horn because I was thinking, like, if Leon goes KO Archeops, Leon doesn't have a knockout anymore to take, but Leon can Echoing Horn a Lugia V onto the bench and knock that out for his last two prize cards because Raz might struggle to fill their bench. But even if you whiff that, I think Leon possibly could go, like, 2-hit KO the Lugia even at that point as well. Oh, no. We're losing them again in top 4. Did they make a comeback here? Does the stream recover? All right, looks like we're good for now. Frames are dropping. All right, so what's Raz's plan here? See, I feel like this play, I feel like where we're headed is just like loading up energy on the bench Pokemon and then hoping that they don't get gusted, which is the same thing as hoping your Luminion doesn't get gusted, but it's like one turn before, so it's less likely that Leon probably has the gust. I guess that means they're like down another gust. We might miss the majority of top 4, to be honest. That's unfortunate. Okay, so what happened here? Charizard got knocked out. Okay, if there's a Mew got knocked out somehow. Leon's at 1 prize card. There's 0 energy in play for Raz. I have no clue as to what... We're super far ahead at this point. How far back can I go before it gets choppy? Let's see. No, we're still not out of the woods yet. Yeah, we're not going to get a full read on this game. It looks like it looks like something got 2-hit KO'd, and then Archeops got cleaned up, and now I don't think there's any way for Raz to actually win the game. There's no way for Raz to get energy in play. So Raz can eventually use this Lugia to KO the Mew from Leon, but Leon's probably going to win the game next turn with like a Gust Effect play, because there's plenty of draw power and everything. So we'll see. I don't know why I'm skipping ahead anymore. All right, we'll stop there. Okay, we're still in this turn. Yeah, I mean, Leon has double cross switcher in hand, I'm pretty sure. All right, we can go ahead and chalk this one up. Oh, no, there's a Marnie from Raz. Okay, okay. There's a Marnie from Raz. It's still probably going to be chalked, but we'll watch out this last turn here from Leon. I think this will be the last turn here. I mean, we know Leon wins. We just want to know how Leon wins. Oh, was that a research? Oh, so Raz is really emphasizing finding that energy this turn, or digging for the energy plus gust effect for next turn. With the energy. Oh my gosh, there's 4. Oh wait, could Raz have won 2 double turbos? Could Raz have actually won if they had drawn the double turbo here? It would have been 180 damage, 160 damage. I don't know how much damage is on that Mew. I don't think it's very much, though. I think Raz could have won if they had drawn... I don't think Raz could have won if they had drawn the double turbo. I mean, I don't think they could have won. But if they had drawn an energy this turn... Although Raz is kind of acting like they would have won if they had drawn the double turbo. But maybe they just needed any energy this turn. Maybe they would have won if they had gotten the double turbo. Raz maybe had it with second double turbo there. I just don't know how much damage is on this Mew. This Mew has damage on it, but I don't know how much. There's a double cross. And Leon gets the dub in top 4.